Hi everyone, we're going to talk about the many voices of American literature short constructed response. So let's go ahead and take a look at our writing prompt. As the United States grew in the 19th century, American literature became more diverse because many voices represented different experiences, regions, peoples, and viewpoints. From the writings we read in the OHS this week, week 13, you want to give an example of how two writings differ and explain how they differ. Is there a benefit from having more than one perspective represented? Why or why not? So those are the things you were thinking about for this prompt. And I know it seems like a lot, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through this document and work through it step by step. And when you finish, you'll have your entire short constructed response written. So let's start with step one. You're going to choose two writings from week 13 in the OHS and explain their viewpoints, region, looking at the region, the people, the experience, and how are they different. So you're going to choose your first writing and you're going to put the title there. You're going to choose your second writing and put the title here. There were writings by Frederick Douglass. There were some Native American writings, so you're going to be looking back at those. Then you're going to explain what was being represented here, what experience, region, people, or viewpoint from the first writing, and then you're going to do the same thing for the second writing, just a sentence or so. Once you have that, then you're going to look back at both of those answers for writing 1 and writing 2, and then for step 2, you're going to explain how those examples are different. How is the experience different, or the viewpoint different, or who is being represented? How are those things different? Okay, then you're going to move down to step 3. You're going to look back at the first writing, and you're going to find a quote that will back up what you're saying that perspective is, that viewpoint is. If you're saying it's representing slavery, if you say it's representing Native American writing, if you say it's representing the South, whatever that may be, you need to find a quote from the story or the writing that represents that and put it here for number 1, and then do the same thing for writing 2. Don't forget, use your quotation marks. Okay, then we're going to move down to steps 4 and step 5. Now, you're only going to do one of these. So, look at step 4. It says, if you think having different perspectives in literature is a good thing, explain why. You do it right here. But if you don't think it's a good thing, then you skip number 4 and you go to number 5. Then number 5 says, if you think having different perspectives in literature is a bad thing, explain why. But if you don't think it's a bad thing, if you think it's a good thing, don't do number 5, go back up and answer number 4. So you're only answering one of these two. Now, that's it. You're going to go down to number 6, and here's where we're going to start. Step 6, we're going to start putting our answers together in our short constructed response. So we're going to have our first sentence. This is our thesis sentence. This is telling what your paragraph is about. You're writing about different perspectives, and you're telling if you think it's a good thing or not. So you want to put that in a thesis sentence, telling us what your paragraph is going to be about. Then you want to identify the writings that you are discussing. Now remember, when you are identifying short stories, short writings, make sure that they are in quotation marks. If you're identifying a book or a movie, which is obviously not a movie, but just a longer work, then it is either italicized or underlined. So you're just identifying the two writings that you're discussing. Sentence 3, you want a lead in and a quote for the first writing, and then a lead in and a quote for the second writing, and then you want to explain how the viewpoints represented are different. Then, for sentence 6, you want to explain why you think the different viewpoints in literature are a good thing or a bad thing. So you're going back to steps 4 and 5 in your writing. And then for sentence 7, you'll have your conclusion. You want to wrap up your ideas and recap what you wrote. And then you're going to put these 7 sentences together in a paragraph and turn it in. All you need to turn in is the paragraph to the Dropbox. You do not need to turn in this whole document because all that you are being graded on is your final paragraph. Good luck.